Good evening, everyone. This is delicious. Don Juan, the Texas treat. And you are listening to the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What's up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. With me is my beautiful wife, Tina. Over here we got Tommy.
Yep.
And there we got Mike.
What's up?
And what a week it was last week. A couple of shows we gave you. We had our usual episode previewing Final Battle and TLC. We're going to recap that.
Did terrible.
And then, okay, we'll get to that. And then the Don Juan interview. What did everybody think?
That was awesome.
That was great.
Yeah.
You know who I am, you son of a... Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And yes, it is true that we met because of you. Thank you.
Yes.
I actually didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I didn't.
You didn't know that?
Really,
Yeah.
No, I really didn't know that.
She's
Yeah.
invited me to Randall's birthday party, and then there's pushing me to talk to her, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know
I
if they
am related
planned.
in some form or fashion to him, and I went to his birthday, and he was there,
Yeah.
and he was friends with him.
So
I'm not gonna say, well, he's my cousin.
okay.
Don Juan, that jerk, he never invited me anywhere. No, I'm kidding.
Is it true that that Don Juan said he's like a female version of Mike, and that's or she is? I mean,
No, I don't think that's funny. That's funny.
Wait, what?
that's
I'm lost.
I'm sorry, I messed it up. I was like, did Don Juan tell JC that she's a female version of Mike?
Oh, no.
just kidding.
I don't even know.
Anyway, based on the interview, stuff
I don't
that
think you said
Don Juan
sorry.
talked about. Once again, I thank you so much for doing that. It was a lot
That was
of
really
fun.
cool.
Yes, there will be a part 2. We will have the Texas Treats Road
Yeah.
Stories.
Oh yes.
Yikes.
And
That
That
ba-
just needs to be like a whole DVD that we put out. Like,
ba-
they used to be the first
I
Countdown
mean-
City WrestleCast DVD.
I will say this: Road Stories they're willing to share. Who knows what kind of hijinks wrestlers get into? But Marvel did put something out on Facebook. Yeah. That
Whoa, suspicious.
very interesting. Coming soon to 2020. Looks like the Treats may be reuniting. So
Yes.
him
I saw
talking
that.
about wrestling the Rock and Roll Express is the one match he wanted. That very well could happen.
Yep.
We will see. We will definitely be in touch with that.
I do know that when he said that his Amazing Red match was his favorite match, that was the first match I ever even saw him. That was my first indie show, actually, and I still have it on DVD. So I meant to tell him if he wanted it, I still have a copy of it.
Well, there you go.
There you go. If you want that Amazing Red
There you
match,
go.
Tommy's
Number
got
one.
it.
What show was it again? Was
it
it
was
Breaking all the rules, 1 or 2.
I
something like
think
that?
it was 1 because he wrestled Red, and then the main event was Marvel versus Kazushi Miyamoto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was my very first show.
Fun times, yeah.
I met them there, and I think Mike Dell was on that show. I think I gotta go back and look at the DVD. I haven't seen that DVD in forever. I've watched it in
A lot of
forever.
people.
Yeah, it's so far back. The case is just blank. It's
Yeah,
just,
of course.
It's just blank. It's just blank as hell. It's just a blank case, and on the disc itself is a picture of Amazing Red with the RCW logo.
Nice.
Hey, the old Nero printing, so you know.
Yep.
Our Twitter account, of course, at @CCG_WrestleCast, and you can subscribe to the Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel. Seeing a lot of you out there that have watched the interview as of this recording. 85 views.
Nice.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
Keep past 100.
Yeah.
I know.
We're viral. Not really.
Not really. But
Thank you, Don Juan.
Small virus that can
I
be taken
think
care of.
in the coming year, I'm going to work on getting a lot more interviews with wrestlers, both and referees. I mentioned on there.
Triple H, John Cena.
I want to interview Alex Morosos, who's been a longtime referee in Texas. I definitely want to interview him, and then I have an idea to interview some up and coming wrestlers. Oftentimes, you hear interviews, and it's just people that have already established or have already had a career. Let's get interviews with some of the new people. So,
If I could make a suggestion, I would say Alex Arsenal. He's good. He's
I have to write all these names down.
Yeah.
So.
We gotta get the guy that my son wants to get his belt, take away his belt.
Yeah, that's another interesting story. So
Richie Cunningham.
Oh,
Richie
Richie Garcia.
Garcia, the Prince of Hybrid, and we mentioned that because we did go to the Hybrid Experience show. It was our first time.
I
there.
tried.
well, Tommy was late.
Tommy was late as usual, but it was a blast. I had a good time
Really
with
was.
it. First time going to see a show
It
there.
had been 4 years since I had gone to an independent show. 4 years.
That's true.
Last time I went, my daughter was 1.
Yeah, we went to a BOW show,
And that was my son's first independent
That was our
show.
son's first independent show, and
He's 2.
he had a great time.
He is clearly their kid. Like,
Oh,
there's no-
yeah, that's
Yeah,
that
seriously.
story. So yeah,
I hope Richie sees this.
he's sitting there with Tina, and somebody yells out because Richie calls out Jaylyn. You know, great setup. Richie's obviously the big heel in this. And somebody yells out after Jaylyn hit him, "How did that feel, Richie?" And then
No one hears it because
no one
it's
hears
too
it because
loud.
it was loud. But right when it got quiet, my son yells, "How did that feel, Richie?" And oh
He's
my
2.
god, this 2-year-old
He's 2.
just punked the Prince of Hybrids.
I think it was funny just because I think he
Oh,
turned
it's
around
great.
expecting like a 10-year-old, and he
8-year-old.
found a 2-year-old on his mommy's lap.
Well, his mommy was cracking up at the time.
I couldn't
Yeah.
stop laughing. I'm so sorry. I couldn't stop. I was
Before,
crying.
are we going to go on to the next part of what he said?
We'll get to that eventually. But what was your thoughts when my son said that? You and
Oh,
Ted were sitting
dude!
there
Like we were cracking up. I was like, "Oh my!" I think I even turned to Tina like, "That is definitely y'all's kid. Like, that is JC."
and
just
that made me laugh more.
yeah.
I was crying. I was literally crying from
awesome.
laughter.
And Jay's sitting there staring at him, just laughing at him, and he's telling.
And
Now-
look, and
oh
honestly,
my
I
God.
know
Telling him
Richie.
Santa doesn't exist, and I was like-
I will put money down and say Richie was probably doing his best not to bust out laughing.
He
'cause I was
admitted it
like, he was
afterward,
like,
but-
he was like, oh, I can't laugh at that. That's so funny.
He covered it very well, and it was a great moment.
Okay, hold on. Before we go any further, if you have little kids watching this, stop now. Tell them to go away or fast forward.
Yeah.
Because what he does next is not inappropriate. It wasn't bad language, but
He just said Santa doesn't exist.
It's your mom.
It's your mom. Check her closet when you get home. and of course, I'm still laughing, and that just makes me laugh more because
like-
he's attacking a 2-year-old.
but
cracks me up.
the best part was the crowd.
Yeah.
So
crowd
like
was
this
so
is a
All the
into it.
little kids, yeah.
This is a family crowd because it's a student show. There's
And
a
it's
whole bunch of
and
kids.
They even bring toys for the
and
Salvation Army.
yeah,
Yes.
and then all of a sudden everyone's like,
Yo,
boo.
yeah.
And then they started a Santa's real, Santa's
Oh, yeah.
real chant.
Great
oh my
heat,
God.
man.
I love because I did see him later. He said that nuclear heat he was not expecting. As I talked to him like after you guys, he said I was not expecting that. I was
Hey,
like,
man.
dude,
Embrace it. Loved it. Man, it was
That's like
great.
you that nuclear heat. You're Richie Garcia. Now the kids know you're the guy who killed Santa.
They asked me. They asked me to run the roaming camera too, and I am trying my best not to laugh because if I'm laughing, the camera's shaking. So I'm just like trying to calm down.
Okay, so real quick story that's in that same vein. When Eli Drake versus Amanda Mondo was here for BOW, he kept talking on the mic and had me cracking up the entire match. So whenever you guys watch that BOW show, like I'm steady the whole show. The whole time Eli Drake is on the mic, I'm like doing this, trying not to laugh out loud because of the same thing. He's just like he's grabbing the mic and starts talking. I was like, shut up, man.
Oh man, it was such a great time. Great show. Great matches. The students
Evan
are doing
Fulton,
great.
I said,
Yeah,
Yeah.
really good matches from those
Very
guys.
good.
A lot of young people that have a lot of promise.
A lot of names that Don Juan did mention in the interview, and afterward the show. So we're leaving, and I think you showed up,
Yeah, I did.
and Richie heard you talking. Is like, what the hell?
Who's talking about me?
You're
Yeah,
just talking about me.
Showed up, he just threw the curtain back. I was like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
And gave you a very nice.
He's like, who's gonna take my belt?
Greedy.
Who's gonna take my
And
belt?
Tommy's talking about these different wrestlers that are going to take his belt.
Yeah.
And
then
he's like, nah.
Jay's sitting there looking at him and smiling, and then he looks at our son.
Richie looks at
Richie
Jay.
looks at our son and says, "Are you going to take my belt?" And Jay, without skipping a
And-
beat. And Richie's just like sitting there pointing at him. Jay's just
And-
laughing the whole time
and-
in his face.
And I couldn't laugh harder if I tried. I thought I was gonna pass out when your
So now
son.
everybody knows
When
what
Jay
happened.
said, I immediately said, "Book it." His kindergarten graduation. He's gonna be 5 years old at that point, and he's gonna walk the stage and say, "Richie Garcia, I'm coming for you."
And this is no slight. This is no slight at Richie, but the way my son's growing, he'll probably be just as tall as Richie by the time he graduates kindergarten. I'm just gonna throw that out there right now.
Jay was totally.
calling you short man.
Jay was totally prime burial Triple H, like no selling the other person's promo, just laughing at him, not giving him any credit. He's like, "Yeah, I'm coming for your title."
I'm so proud.
Now that you said that, Triple H is gonna call you guys. Hey, heard you got a kid's gonna bury people. Wonder if he wants a contract.
We'll give him a contract. 17 and a half. 17 and a half.
It was such a great time. Our next door neighbors asking when we're going because they want to go. They saw us posting about it on Facebook. So, Marvel, everybody at Hybrid, you're doing a great job. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. We definitely look forward to the next one. January itself has got a lot of shows going on, independent wrestling wise here. Galactic Pro is running a show as well. Heavy Metal's running a show.
Yeah.
There's even
Hybrid
one in
Experience.
Laredo this weekend.
Yeah, the weekend we're going to be in Laredo. We might make an appearance at LWA out in Laredo.
We'll
see.
see.
You guys
We have
should.
time.
I haven't been able to go to one of those shows yet, but the promoters keep asking me to come out there, and I keep saying I'm gonna go, but
We've been to a few, but they're bringing Sleaze back to Laredo this weekend.
Joey Ryan.
Joey Ryan's going to be there.
Hey,
Lollipops and dick
Hey.
flips for
Oh
everybody.
if
my
you like
God.
pina coladas, getting caught in the rain.
And also, it was just really cool to see the Rudy and Rodney had not really a students match. Although, as I told Tina, as we tell our students, we're lifelong learners.
Yes.
So you're kind of always a student.
True.
Although Chet noted that was the only match that went outside the ring.
Yeah.
Still, it was pretty good.
Unless you're Rodney Mack, then at that point you're just a teacher, and you all have to accept that.
Oh, it was great. Steady was pointing out that Rodney Mack had studs and like things all over his trunks or whatever.
Yeah.
And we just kept joking like all you gotta do is like rake the dude across your leg or your pads.
that's true.
What is it?
That's the
Oh, that's
poster.
just- yeah.
Ricky Starks will be there. Yeah.
Nice. He's blowing up on NWA.
Yeah.
Sure has.
did-
Roxy. I have never seen Roxy live. I've heard great things about her.
Really?
I really want to see her live.
Roxy.
So.
She
4 years, Tommy.
Yeah,
4
sure.
years.
Hey, kids! Now our son is just about potty trained, so it's like, let's get back to wrestling shows. You know,
Roxy is one of the newest Texas talents. Yeah, she's really good. She's really started. She started when she was 17. She just turned 18, and so I was talking to her about that.
so now her dad's not going to intervene when she wrestles Joey Ryan.
I can't promise that.
Okay.
No shit. So I asked her. I was like, so I saw her. It was not a hybrid show, but it was at the hybrid school. It was RCW's Young Gun show. And I said, so how's it feel being 18? She's like, about the same. Brought out all the creepers though. I was like, yeah, I figured it was going to. I'm sure a few of them had a clock counting down.
There probably was like, oh my god,
that's
but
that's terrible,
she's
but
legal.
Yeah,
You know it's
she's
sad but true.
Yeah, she's the sweetest person. She's so nice, and she has so much promise. Like I'm looking forward because she has a match coming up for Heavy Metal with Tessa Blanchard. So
Yes, that's the one I really want to see.
But
So,
that's the match that just to see how good she is. All of us were like looking for. That's going to be a good match.
yeah, who is Tessa? Arguably the hottest woman wrestler in the world right now.
Yeah,
You know, definitely. I mean,
she's definitely in that list if you talk about it.
Yeah, so I mean, Wrestling Sammy Callahan, and they're promoting it well. So we'll see. Now on to the weekend
Less
events.
entertaining. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Well, depending.
Yeah, depending on your opinion, but
Yeah.
we'll start with ROH Final Battle. Now, I will note, it's been crazy shopping. None of us did see the show
It's just look. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
live. We saw highlights.
I ain't
But
apologizing for
if
nothing.
you did not see the show like us and you read results, the results themselves were shocking as hell. Let's be completely honest here.
Yeah, I was like I kept refreshing CageSideSeats.com just over and over again to see what was happening. And they got to the title matches. I was like Shane Taylor lost. Crap. Oh man, all right, let's see what happens. I was like, Jay Lethal Gresham won the tech titles. What is going on tonight? So,
I had a feeling
Huh?
Did I pick that?
You picked that one.
with
yeah.
all the negative press that they were gonna do crazy stuff. And
yeah, but I figured if they changed those titles changed hands, there's no way the world title was changing hands.
I just
Not
had
possible.
a feeling like
Crazy, right? And it makes you think if Kelly Klein wasn't hurt, was on this show, she probably would have dropped the title too.
Probably to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all three titles change hands. Which do you guys like or dislike that? Do you think they are kind of hitting a reset button here based on all the bad publicity?
I
or what do you
mean,
guys think?
I feel like it.
yeah, a little bit.
You're
You're the expert, so.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think they are. If they play it right, though, it could be a good thing. I mean, I like it better than WCW's reset button, which was strip everyone of the
Right,
titles
right.
and have new championships when that made no sense at all.
Yeah.
I like the idea better of just crowning new champions in matches.
In the matches.
That makes way more sense to me. I get that, but this is the thing. There's nothing wrong with hitting a hard reset and like trying new champions and going from there. It's if you capitalize on it. This is when they should capitalize. This is when they should start to get back to getting back all the fans that they are clearly trying to kick out. And even with the fallout that happened the next night, Maria Maddock getting powerbombed by Bully Ray, that could work. Build that up.
Because they haven't had a history of intergender matches, and maybe that's something that can kind of help set them apart. 'Cause Impact does it already.
Yeah, the closest they ever came to that was like really, really early ROH when Mickey James was there as Alexis Lurie. She would help out AJ Styles and Amazing Red with the tag title because they were fighting off the embassy at the time.
Okay.
And so there was that. Bless you. I'm trying to think. There's another example of the intergender. No, that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. That's really intergender stuff they would ever do.
For you guys, what was the most surprising title change of the night?
Wasn't PCO because I guessed it.
Okay.
It was PCO because I was like, no.
It was PCO for me because I was like, wow.
For me, it was Dragon Lee because news came out that he had officially signed with New Japan.
That's true. Okay.
And I was very surprised by that. But Twitter poll we did, rather than doing match of the night because there's so much that changed hands, we just said what was the most surprising title change, and PCO 54% thought that was the biggest surprise.
I thought it was weird that R-Truth came out and defended the 24/7 championship. Okay.
I wouldn't doubt if.
Oh my gosh.
Could you imagine though he walked out? All right.
Did you hear him yesterday?
No. What
Monday he was like, I'm going to be the U.S. champion / 24/7 48/17 whatever
7-Eleven
7-Eleven most popular I don't know what
9/11. Oh wait.
No.
something champion, and I was like, he lost.
Yeah.
Yep. So
First round of the gauntlet, he lost.
Someone, it was like some NWE put like hashtag R-Truth for Hall of Fame, and I was like, I fully support this, and like, and on the stage, he should have the 24/7 championship and lose to whoever puts him in the Hall of Fame.
Whoever inducts him.
Whoever inducts him should pin him immediately.
Or they do it the night of WrestleMania when they do the introduction.
Yeah.
Everybody gets in line.
Some like Iron Sheik shows up and rolls him up or something.
Oh
like
man,
that.
I just won an Emmy. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Something like
He would too.
Yeah, he would.
And someone joked like, yeah, he can go win, but he's gonna wrestle for another 30 years anyway, so who cares?
He looks freaking young, man.
Yeah, every time they say R-Truth's age, it's like the same. I have the same reaction whenever I hear how old Chadwick Boseman is.
How old's Chadwick Boseman?
He's almost 50.
Doesn't look like it.
Are you kidding
He's like
me?
47, 48.
Whoa, I thought mid-30s at the oldest.
Yeah.
Dude, same thing.
Wow.
Chadwick.
I was today years old when I found that out.
Yeah, I was like, because every time I look something up, it was like, because like when the first real thing I saw of him was 42, and when he's like Chadwick Boseman, yeah, he just celebrated his 40s.
Almost 50.
He's almost 50.
Tina had to verify she didn't believe you.
I was like, who's this?
Nacho.
Get out of here.
Sorry, I'm bad with these things.
That's okay. Now, pick results for the show. I went 4-6. Tina went 5-5. Mike and Tommy turned it up 7-3. And
And I thought I did way worse.
Oh, it gets worse on TLC.
Based on the results we saw 2 nights later, we did see a new faction with help me out here, Rouge, Dragon Lee,
Kenny King, and Amy Rose.
Yeah. Do you think they're getting in a better spot? We joked this could be their final show, Ring of Honor.
Oh, I mean, they're trying new stuff. I don't know if they're automatically just now better because of this show.
Yeah.
But like they had to put this together too, I think, because Marty Scurll's out the door. The future of Villain Enterprises.
He's still got the 6-man tag team titles though.
He does have the 6-man tag team titles.
He showed up at NWA
Into the
Power. I think he's going to AEW eventually. He may just be taking a few things here and there to kind of throw people off, but I can't see him not going to.
No,
AEW.
I think he's going, but I think the NWA thing is just like because like him and Nick Aldis just has so much unfinished business that they got to settle that first.
And even then, I wouldn't mind seeing him stick around at NWA for a while because him showing up at that pay-per-view on Saturday created a lot of buzz for NWA.
It did.
And
But I mean, unless he just wants to do that because it's a little bit easier,
Yeah.
I can't imagine they can offer him anything compared to what AEW can. But maybe.
maybe it's just something to help him recharge his batteries a bit,
Yeah.
So because we did not see the show, we're not going to give a WrestleCast rating on that. But
0. No.
yeah, sorry, didn't get to.
He gets a 4 for shock value. I don't know.
I would give it a 4 for shock value.
Only a 3.7 for me because I guess PCO.
Okay,
I'm just gonna write that because I got lucky with it.
sorry, busy weekend for us. Anyway, now on to TLC.
Wah, 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 wah.
No, seriously.
I'm gonna disappear for this part of the
This event was interesting to say the least. First off, first 2 matches of the night, and this includes the kickoff show, were easily match of the night candidates.
Yeah.
Andrade against Roberto Carrillo, which I don't know if anybody saw it because it was on the pre-show. And
I
then,
saw it. It was great.
Yeah, the
I gotta go back and see it.
Mi
but-
gente.
Yeah.
SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
Yeah, both.
In a ladder match.
Both. Yeah.
Wait, that kicked off the show. That wasn't pre-show.
That was- wait.
Andrade versus Carrillo was.
No,
pre-show.
no, yes.
Yeah, but I'm saying the first two matches of the night.
Oh,
So-
I thought you said the first two matches were pre-show. I'm sorry.
No. First two matches of the night.
Misheard you.
SmackDown Tag Team Championship was a ladder match, New Day Revival, which was
Yeah, that was
insane.
to me. That was a great.
Dude, that
match.
was dude.
That was my pick.
Okay,
I mean,
so
just-
let me
That was close. Pick.
here's what I wanted to ask y'all. And I didn't ask it before we record. I wanted to get you guys live reaction. Well, was I the one who thought that the match that had no real build up at all were the best ones of the card?
Yes.
very much so.
I mean the only
they weren't overbooked. They just
yeah.
go
Okay.
out and wrestle.
So what I said to them before we started, because I feel this is honestly the best match. It's like because the main event I thought was really good, but this match kind of stole the show for me. Was Buddy Murphy and Aleister Black.
Okay.
And now that did have some build up, but to me that was the match where they just said to those two guys, go out there and just do what you got to do. And that's what they said to them backstage. And those two just put together a strong style match to me.
Yeah, and full disclosure, I know after I put the poll out for match of the night, I had a couple responses mentioning that match, and that wasn't a part of the poll. In our defense, we started watching this downstairs, and when that match came on, it was time to get the kids upstairs.
We
get
have
them
children,
changed. We have
basically, is what he's
kids.
saying.
Had to help my daughter with her homework. Yes, they have homework in kindergarten, and I actually do kind of enjoy that. It's pretty cool.
He's learning Spanish as well.
Yeah, I'm actually learning Spanish along with my daughter at this point. And then
nice.
again, the story time, getting to bed, we were like in and out watching that match. I had it up on the PS4 upstairs. I'm missing points here and there.
Apologies.
Yeah, so I didn't see the full match, and unfortunately, by the time of the end of the pay-per-view, it had kind of slipped my mind that probably should have been
Kind
there.
of slipped my mind too.
So my apologies.
JC's racist against
I am-
Australians.
I would have honestly. Sometimes we want to ask y'all like what y'all's matches picks are.
Yeah.
But if we put it on Twitter too late, then we get no responses.
That's true.
So that's my
fair.
fault. I
That's
probably
fair.
should have mentioned to you guys real quick.
Maybe
but
I should text us like right before the main event or something. Just be, like,
Probably.
up until this
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean,
just-
yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. You see a little
Just-
behind
You
the
could
scenes
also-
thing here, people.
I mean, it
Yeah.
works.
Oh, I mean,
It works both ways. You both.
Yeah.
pub-
So
We're breaking kayfabe, guys. God.
You're not wrong. Yeah,
the way I had that set up, though, the poll, the match of the night was Andrade Carrillo, 47%. Wasn't a majority. Probably might have been a different percentage if Black and Buddy Murphy were on there.
But given this table, JC, you have to pick a different match because he goes Black and Murphy. She goes Andrade and Carrillo. I went the tag team title match.
I
So
said Andrade Carrillo.
I'm sorry, you have to pick another one.
Okay.
You
But
would-
We all have to be
you
different.
pick the bathroom break.
Rusev and Lashley.
Yes.
I will throw you out of your own house.
I mean, the story aside, they just beat
Okay,
the crap
first-
out of each
the
other.
match-
The
That
match
fun.
was great.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, it's better than Roman and Baron.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That was
Yeah.
another more dog food.
Yeah.
What?
Poor.
gonna make that
again. I
sound.
can't believe we're saying this, but poor Roman. Like
I know.
he's done nothing to deserve this.
The women's match wasn't bad either.
No,
Just-
it was. It was.
I just feel bad for Kyrie. I hope she's okay.
Yeah.
That whole
Yeah.
thing.
What I heard was it was a minor scare. She's fine, but they wanted to keep her. They're just keeping her off this week, just to like
Yeah.
double check.
Yeah,
Like, they said it was like if it was like they thought it was a slight concussion, but they actually aren't worried. But they said stay off TV this week anyway. Let's just
They
be
took her
safe.
off shows next week too.
Yeah.
So they're
Oh,
taking
yeah.
like a 2-week break off of it. So
I mean,
they take
after
her
that
off
match,
shows.
I think they're
kinda-
pretty much just giving her the rest of the year since they're not doing Christmas and
yeah.
New Year's shows.
Well,
or
they
something.
already filmed the Christmas Raw because apparently they were the last night was in I forget where they were live.
Iowa or something, right? Des Moines.
The Des Moines they filmed for next week. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've already filmed Raw for next week.
People were sitting there for 6 hours. Gee.
That would have sucked.
Well, no, because if you think about
know.
it, you don't have to go through commercial breaks on the
Tapes.
second one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
so
right.
it's-
You're right. You're right.
it's
Probably
shorter.
an extra hour and
And
a
they,
half.
and they get to put promo videos in between.
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
stuff.
sure. Yeah.
But as I understand it, they were actually filming that Raw in a different city than where Raw was last night. Is that correct? Or were they actually in the
Oh,
same
No, they
city?
were same
No, I
city.
thought it
Oh, it wasn't the same
it
city?
I thought it was in the
back-to-back.
same show.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
misunderstood when you
So
told
after
me that.
this after the Raw Monday or yesterday, right after they did the other one. But apparently they were going to
God,
add videos and other stuff.
So
in there.
basically, next week's gonna be promo heavy.
So
yes.
I also haven't kind
Oh,
of.
there's a shock.
Yeah. How difficult would it to be to like say start Raw like at 6 where they're at, but just tape delay it till 7, so the crowd doesn't have to stay there until like 11:30, 12.
I think the issue with that is they start it, and then they have to somehow send the feed to the USA Network and then they would have to play the tape, and that could be issue. That could be an issue.
I just figured.
But it depends where they are, because depending where
Yeah.
they are, they
Yeah.
do start at 6. or somewhere.
Obviously, when they're in like in England, that stuff, they have plenty of time to get it sent back and everything.
Yeah.
But for that situation, it's a little more difficult. That's
I guess
too
West
close.
Coast Raws are a lot earlier too. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
like
it.
they sort of
So,
like around 4, I think.
Yeah.
Yep. As long as Raw runs, it's like you could start the show
Oh,
early. Right?
man. It's our last show of the year, and my cat is roaming around
Yeah,
the
he
wires.
It was this time last year when Nacho knocked over the camera.
It was
last
getting close to it. Hey,
I'll
stop
get it.
playing with the wires.
Nachito.
Nacho.
Our pick results for this one: Tina and Mike both went 2 and 4.
I'm telling you, I did bad.
I went 3 and 3, and Tommy went 4 and 2.
The cat wrangler.
Yeah, Cat Wrangler Tommy. So
Tommy did good this weekend.
he did.
Finally.
On to our WrestleCast ratings for
11
this
and
event:
5.
0 to 5, 5 being WrestleMania 17, 0 being December to December. Tommy's still laughing. All right,
Damn it. Why are you
Tina,
on the camera?
we'll start with you, ladies first. What is your rating on this show? Mixed feelings, I know. So.
I'm going to say 4.25. No, I'm going to
okay.
say 4.
Okay.
4.
Final answer?
Yeah, 4.
Okay, fine.
Besides the 2-3 matches that we spoke of, which were all like in the beginning of the show.
Man, those first few matches were great. The rest
There
of
was
the
a-
show, man.
there was
After
a-
that, it went to shit.
There was a few matches that were really lackluster.
Yeah.
Is the best
yeah,
word.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
The women's match wasn't bad, but it wasn't like, I guess it wasn't what
It
everyone
wasn't
expected.
what it could have been given
The
the 4 people in it.
The story at the end was weird. I
can
think
live it.
at the end, like just
Okay.
the ending was weird.
Okay.
The way it ended, they could have done a little bit different there.
Yeah.
The Roman and Baron thing was weird all around. The Rusev and Lashley thing, I don't know why he lost. It was weird.
The Rusev and Lashley thing, I think just the storyline
And
is
then
just what the problem
yesterday,
is with that.
and then yesterday, Lana told Lashley to propose to her.
Yeah,
That
it
was weird.
That I did
What is
see.
going
I did see
on?
that. I was like,
That
what?
was weird. I'm sorry. So the whole thing was just weird.
Yeah.
So that's why I give it a 4.
Did y'all see Kayla Braxton's tweet?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
So like,
I really hope she gets involved with this. Hey, Kayla. Look it
no, or yeah, she basically tweeted something along the lines of like, "I'll give up my paycheck to never have to see Lana and
on TV.
Bobby Lashley on
and
my
Bobby
TV.
Lashley on my TV again."
Top one. Top.
Well, because apparently, was it the pre-show that she was talking to them, and then she was like super rude to Kayla. Remember?
She was saying, "Oh, you're not Renee Young. Like Renee Young."
Oh, you Renee? Is it Renee?
Yeah.
You're not Renee Young.
I know she's in character, but still,
But she
it's-
was like super rude.
So I hope
Yeah.
this tweet is in.
Kayfabe. I'm
Yeah,
sure it is.
I'm
but-
sure it is, but
That also kind of goes to last week when Punk was actually on that show again, that late night show. or
Backstage.
whatever, backstage.
yeah.
That he joked about he was going to book the rest of the angle, right?
Okay,
You saw that whole
I was
thing?
gonna bring this up. So I know we're pausing on the rating, but
That's all right.
Okay, let's get to the ratings. And then
Okay,
we'll bring
yeah,
that
that's
up. So
fine.
how about
Okay,
that?
I didn't know you were going to
So
do
for
that. So
Mike, what was your rating for the show?
3.9. I just there was something about it.
3.9.
I know I'm usually pretty positive about things, but you're right. Like after about an hour and a half, I was just like, and it was just kind of, and then
I wanted to go to sleep.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I also
exactly.
I don't get the point of starting at 6 now if you're just going to end like at 9:15.
Hey, I don't mind. I get to bed early.
Like I
That's
guess
fine
so.
with me.
Yeah,
So,
but, like
yeah.
But
they always made it seem like now they're 4 hours. No,
I
no.
think they're doing that to get people used to the big pay per view starting.
Well,
at that
that's the
time,
thing
so.
too. Like, why are the big pay-per-views past 10,
Yeah.
not at 10?
Yeah.
And then why are the regular pay-per-views not going to 10? That's
It's
what
just
we're confused
weird.
about.
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
weirdness.
And actually,
All weirdness around.
onto that, like the main event, and I know they kind of tried to spin the story last night with Becky, but it just kind of makes me think, what was the whole point of Becky and Charlotte teaming to face them for all these weeks? Like,
Because we needed someone to wrestle. The Kabuki War
I get
experience.
and
Yeah, like, that
Yeah.
made no sense. I thought they were gonna win, and then when they didn't win, I was like, "What did
I
that
assume
whole
that was
mean?"
the only purpose you
Yeah.
put them together. Like,
me too. I thought when they
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
and
now,
I'm not angry that.
now they had that promo yesterday with
Yeah,
Becky
that's what I mean. So
going
they
after
tried to
Asuka,
save it,
Yeah.
but I don't
But
know.
I don't
Props
know.
to the Kabuki Warriors in that match though, because they got a little bit creative, tying Becky to a ladder, tying her
Yeah.
down, and even trying to trap Charlotte in an office chair with a kendo stick. Was
Yeah.
you never see that, So that was pretty.
But
good.
like, okay, like I'm not trying to to clown on Charlotte, but she needed to bring her arms up. Did y'all notice why they couldn't get it through? Like, she kept her arms down and it was blocking. I was like, bring your arms up.
I think that was the point, was to get her arms down so they trap her arms there too. That was the idea.
I guess so.
Yeah.
It didn't fit.
Go get him because he's messing with the camera.
Okay.
Camera's shaking because our cat's playing. Hey, why are you all of a sudden crazy?
Yeah, because usually
Always.
I pick you up the first time you leave.
Your dad calls him crazy.
All right, he's fine right there. Okay.
Trap him under a table.
My rating for the show, 3.5. And honestly, if it had gone longer than 3 hours, the score would have kept going down.
That's true.
You know, I don't want to take away from the matches we said that were like at the beginning of the show that were really good. The biggest gripe I had about this, some of the matches got boring, storylines, but they completely killed the main event when immediately after Asuka grabs the belts. Hey, there's this random backstage brawl that started like 30 minutes ago before this match even started. Now it's spilling out of the arena.
That
With
made
the dog
no
food.
sense because
Dog food. And everybody was out. Somehow the Street Profits were cutting a promo, and then they get involved with the fight. It was like everybody fight backstage, and it was just like a cluster F.
I was like, did they really just start their Royal Rumble?
Yeah.
But the
Maybe
weird
that was the whole point. Yeah.
I assume that's what I kind of assumed, but I wasn't.
But the weirder part was, it's like to me that what Laura's is from mine, because mine is 3.75. That's my ranking.
Okay.
And my reason is because the booking for this was just so weird going into this. It was like after Survivor Series, everybody just said, okay, let's stop trying now.
Look,
Seriously.
It's like, let's just stop trying now.
we talked
Pretty
earlier
much.
about them resetting titles or whatever. All right, can we reset on Corbin? I like it's just doesn't
just
do
reset on
anything.
Corbin. Period.
Just reset his career.
Like
grow your hair back out, bro. Let's just try this. Let's just try this thing all
God,
over
no.
again.
like
No, don't grow the hair back.
I feel bad. I feel
God.
bad for Ziggler
Gross.
because apparently he's just like the smaller version of Drew McIntyre. Just
He needs to
has
wear
to be
something-
teamed with Corbin for no point whatsoever.
Yeah.
He does need to wear something other than pants, like the jean, like the black pants that he always wears
Yeah.
with a t-shirt. I'm like,
Like,
what?
Yeah.
People
Put
are
on a
like,
t-shirt, a button up.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Like I said, if you really want him to go away, just don't react.
well, I don't. But I mean,
No, I'm not talking to you. People out there.
I
People
know,
are bitching
I know.
about it on social media. Like, you don't talk about it, it won't be anything about
then
it.
they won't keep
I
it
mean,
up.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yep. Overall rating for the show, 3.7875.
Is that the worst?
Not a good
No,
way to end.
actually. We're going to get into that. So,
Uh-oh.
it has been
Dun, dun, dun.
quite
Here we
a
go.
year. We've
Yes.
had so many shows this year. And,
Did you have to watch all these shows again?
huh?
Did you have to watch all these
No,
shows
I
again?
actually, as the year went on, I tracked everyone's win-loss and our ratings for that. So,
No.
I was like, such a nerd. I was like, but that's kind of hot.
Yeah.
yes.
Statistically.
You're welcome, baby.
Statistically speaking. Hashtag math.
The math teacher in her is like,
Mike thinks that's hot too.
So,
so.
yeah.
I feel extremely uncomfortable. I'd like
Mike's
everyone to know that right now.
Mike's nipples are very hard right now. Anyway, let's start
Wow.
with our win-loss records.
And Mike said, how
Here
did
we
he
go.
know?
Here we go. Here we
So our
go.
win percentage for the year,
As a team?
just each individually.
Oh, okay.
I can do as a team as well.
Tell me your standard deviation, baby.
Plus or minus 69%. Now,
Of course he knew it too.
I just threw a name out.
Oh, okay.
My win percentage for myself, 58.33%.
Not bad.
Tina was 55.11%.
Damn, I suck.
Tommy was 54.59%.
Damn it.
Mike, 60.33%.
Oh, you son of a...
Dang it.
Le champion.
Now, some of the other guests that
Celebrate a
have
little bit of the bubbly.
that's the scores for the four of us who have been on the most shows this year. Obviously, we have like more items to pick. Tez has picked 3 pay-per-views this year. He ended up with a win percentage of 53.85%.
Beat him.
I barely beat him.
Jericho
Jeez.
picked WrestleMania only, so his was 58.33%.
Oh,
Still
man.
didn't beat me, baby.
Yeah. Rob had a few picks. These are all stuff they just text me around WrestleMania. 56.235%. And Manny from the Goods, he was on one show. He picked Takeover and Survivor Series, so he was 66.67%.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count. Of the
Doesn't
main ones
count.
here, Mike is our winner.
Doesn't have enough to qualify.
Overall, all of us,
He's the Brock Lesnar of these picks.
57.13% collectively.
Mr. 4
Yeah.
days a year.
Yeah.
More than half, we got it correct.
Yes.
Mr. Most days off.
Mr. Most Crystal Casters off.
Now,
Mr. 24/7.
based on our ratings,
7 days a week. No, okay.
what did y'all think was the best pay-per-view?
I don't even remember half of them.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume Wrestle Kingdom.
No,
Wrestle
it's not.
Kingdom or like the first
For
All
which,
In?
for which brand?
I'm saying overall.
Oh, probably an NXT show.
Yeah. that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
She is correct.
Oh,
Which
you're
one?
yeah.
Was
which one,
it
though?
was it War Games?
Probably,
Oh. What else happened this year?
Was it the Royal Rumble one, Phoenix?
No.
I'm just gonna
is
start
this
going
the
through
one
all
after
the major.
SummerSlam?
Was it the
What?
WrestleMania one?
It was the WrestleMania one. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. We gave that a 4.81.
That was SummerSlam. That wasn't WrestleMania. No, they're in New York.
They're near, yeah, they're near for WrestleMania. So 4.8125. That was our highest rated show based on our rating system.
Okay.
Well, now I'm gonna have number bias. Now at some point next year, I'm gonna want a show to be higher and be like 5. It was a 5.
Well, now this one might be
No.
easier. What do y'all think was the worst pay-per-view of the year?
The
The
last
one we just did. No, you said
the
it
one,
wasn't.
No, the one before that.
Which was the
no,
one
the
before?
one in October or December. Which one? No, October or November. Which one was it? It was really bad.
Yeah. Before Survivor
was October?
Series,
It's the one that I said should close out the year every single year.
Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a
Hell in a
Cell.
Cell.
Yeah.
2.9375. Was
Yep.
it?
What?
2.2?
Oh, that was because of the red light.
Oh my god!
No, it was because
Yeah, because of the damn heat lamp.
it was because of the BS ending to a Hell in a Cell match.
So
That's
don't-
yes.
If you want to watch a bad shit, okay.
That was not a red.
And
light
that was the
special.
dumbest ending.
Just
for a
throwing
match.
this out there, if that event had not had such a crap ending, our worst pay-per-view of the year would have been Fastlane, which
The
was
one I guessed right.
3.3125. Yeah,
That-
it was
And
7.2.
Which I
1.5.
went
that
6 in a
none of
row
us
on.
remembered until we brought it up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how
So,
good it was. Or
so
predictable
I
it was.
will pass this around so if you guys want to look at it.
Same.
But there's a little bit of stats there. So, yeah. What a year, huh? And again, we mentioned the Marty Scurll news, but that wasn't the only surprise appearance at a wrestling show this weekend. Down south of the border in Mexico, Sin
The
Cara.
best one was Extreme Rules.
For you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sin Cara decided to make an appearance at AAA.
Man,
And
he
here's the
just
interesting part.
he just said F that there's no compete
F the
clause.
no compete, F the WWE trademark. I'm showing up as Sin Cara with the
Yo,
same mask.
that
Man,
was crazy.
he's probably mafia protected down there. I'm just kidding.
Wow. Interesting to note, though, he has officially changed his name
Whoa.
to Cinta de Oro, which is a name
What
of
what does that mean? What does that mean?
golden ribbon.
Whoa.
Golden belt, but yeah, golden ribbon. Is it golden ribbon?
Golden ribbon, golden belt. Cinta?
So I
Gold.
looked it up and it's a gold ribbon, but
Yeah.
it could be I don't know.
Cinta could also be belt.
Okay.
So it could be, I guess it's.
I
guess it counts for both.
would
Anyway.
defer to your knowledge on this before anything I looked up.
well, I mean, it could be.
I prefer golden
There's many
members. So how
translations.
do-
There's
Gold
many,
member?
There's many translations for certain words.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, who
could
knows?
Be.
yeah.
Now, excuse me. Interestingly enough, obviously, we know WWE owns the Sin Cara trademark. And if they had tried to pursue him wrestling against Sin Cara Mexico, I don't think Mexico would have given a crap, to be honest with you.
No.
But the name that he has now was apparently the name of a previous luchador
Yeah.
who wrestled in Juarez, pretty legendary, and supposedly the family has blessed him with that name.
Oh, nice.
However, he filed the official trademark for this name back in July. Hasn't been granted in Mexico yet. But from some people that have done some research, a woman actually already owns the trademark to that and has held it since 2016. So
Whoa.
whether or not he keeps this name is interesting.
Might get changed quick. Is what
The
you're saying.
very is possible if he doesn't get the trademark granted.
Hunico has showed up.
For real,
Right.
seriously.
So we'll
El
see.
Generico.
Oh God.
I think he's using
He's
the
working
same
with the
mask
orphans.
though. So he's using the same
What
mask.
if he
that's right.
gets blessed to use that name?
That's very
That would
possible.
act-
With
that would actually
permission or
be
something
pretty
like
cool.
that.
I can't lie. That actually would be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Who would bless
We'll
him?
finally get
El
the El Gen-
Generico.
We'll
Who
finally,
else?
we'll finally get the El Generico versus
Sami Zayn, man.
Oh, good God. That would be insane.
That would be amazing.
I still want that T-shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. Anyway.
I think it's still there.
Yep. So that's a little bit of wrestling news we had going on here. A couple surprise appearances. We did mention Marty Scurll and NWA. We'll see
Yeah.
how that plays out.
And just real quick for NWA, also Into the Fire, Thunder Rosa was victorious. Eli Drake beat Ken Anderson.
Nice.
The Rock and Roll Express kept the titles. ODB debuted. She tagged team with Allison Kay.
Really? So
Yeah,
she's working
yeah.
NWA and Impact.
Yeah, because what happened was Thunder Rosa, Melina, and Marty Bell, who are like a faction now, they jumped out Ashley Vox. For those who know her, one half of the C-Stars. And Allison Kay had ODB as her surprise tag team partner, and they beat Melina and Marty Bell. Aaron Stevens won the national championship, and Colt Cabana is confirmed to be done with Ring of Honor. And Nick Aldis retained 2 falls to 1 against James Storm.
So Cabana, who appeared at Ring of Honor the night before,
Yeah,
he
his last
lost to
Alex Shelley.
Alex Shelley. Yeah, that was a surprise match.
Yeah, which
that they
was like,
announced.
yeah.
So he's done with Ring of Honor. Wow. That's a
He's-
shock.
Well, that's like the 8th time he's been doing
Yeah,
it.
I was just gonna say, and again, listening through some of his old podcasts, there's a lot of times where he was with them, and then he's like, "I'm done with them," and then they there was one where Kevin Owens was still in ROH, or Kevin Steen at the time, and he was like, "Man, I think they want you back. Like they always talk about you." So it's kind of
So basically,
back and
he's
forth
going to
with
be
it.
done with Ring of Honor until Scotty Goldman appears in NXT. Is that basically what's going to happen?
I don't know if that's ever gonna happen.
Okay,
but
just throw that out.
Yeah, man, that's Scotty Goldman thing. Oh
Anyway.
my god.
Real quick update on Wednesday night ratings. Now, this was interesting here. For the first time since this little quote-unquote ratings war started, AEW and NXT had the exact same number of total viewers, 778,000.
I guess they weren't showing what was the cartoon that beat him. A
Paw
couple weeks
Patrol.
ago?
Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol.
Be there on
Still
the
number
double.
1. I
Possibly.
don't know.
Who
Well,
knows?
see, my thing is,
I went to Walmart earlier, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, good.
I went to and they were talking about how Paw Patrol is one of, like, they had like the radio thing on
Yeah.
or something, and they're like, the number 1 show on Nick Jr. is Paw Patrol. So
believe
we're
it.
going to play the song from the holiday season, Paw Patrol. And they played some song from the movie, and I was like,
Nice.
Yeah.
the Walmart? Really?
Look, when you need that money, and that Nick Jr. money, hey, man.
Yeah.
Blue's Clues probably kept Nickelodeon alive for a few years back in the day.
You're not wrong.
Blue's Clues probably saved their butts a few
And now they own
times.
SpongeBob, so they're making money off
SpongeBob has kept them going.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
They had to.
Anyway, as far as the ratings,
Sorry.
AEW Dynamite did technically win because they had the higher rating on the 18 to 49 demographic.
I will
So
say
they
this.
ranked 11.
I will say this tomorrow. I want to watch NXT.
Yes, I think a lot of
Yeah.
people do. There's 2 big title matches. By
Yeah.
the time hopefully this comes out before that show. But yes, it's
Should we
Adam
predict? Should we
Cole
predict? No.
Bebe
Even though
versus
this is
Finn
probably gonna come
Balor
after.
and
I can still predict. I don't care.
Shayna Baszler versus Rhea Ripley.
Dear God, Rhea Ripley.
Please, Rhea Ripley. I mean,
Everyone
they're-
thinking Rhea Ripley. I'm just real quick around the table.
I mean, I figure I've been
quickly,
following-
quickly.
Yes,
Yes, damn it.
I think it's unanimous. You want to see Ripley win it. You have a theory that you think Shayna is going to be getting a match against Becky Lynch at WrestleMania.
Yes, that's the rumor. The rumor is they're trying to build up for Becky to wrestle Shayna because if they at this point they don't think they can get Ronda back, so they're gonna have Shayna. The other rumor is that she is going to maybe possibly wrestle Shayna after Royal Rumble and then actually wrestle Rhea Ripley,
Oh boy.
which I'm not gonna complain with either one.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It'll be very interesting to see how NXT plays out this year.
Not to totally book their road, then clearly she's going to beat Asuka at Royal Rumble.
Right.
I mean, that's what they have to set up.
It
to
seems
get-
like they've been
to
setting
finally
up.
get that off because that's what they set up with that interview.
Which honestly, that was the best
just-
promo of the night.
yeah,
too.
of course.
So, I mean,
the thing
course.
is, I would like to know is how they're going to have that match play out, as far as like story wise, for her. And Asuka.
I would think she hits that same cattle mutilation like submission, and then Becky finds a way to get out of it, or
Yeah.
not.
or
tap this
if
time.
she's gonna go for the mist when Kyrie's helping her and Becky ducks in, hits Kyrie with the mist,
Or hits
kinda-
like the referee.
Or
something.
Shayna interferes.
wow.
or Becky shoots some beer because she. No, I'm just kidding.
Or for no reason, Charlotte shows back up because hey, that's still happening. Why?
Charlotte, this has nothing to do. They're gonna pull that.
And Adam Cole, Finn Balor. Does anyone think Cole retains, or are we gonna get see?
I
the
think
Prince.
I think Cole retains.
Cole
Prince. I think this
Again,
whole
I
thing is
don't-
building up for him to win.
I kind of believe you, but I just can't see them at this point now doing both of them on non
Yeah,
takeover.
I feel like you have to
non-big
save that for a
show, but
takeover. Yeah.
I don't know. I think Cole's going to retain, but again, I think you're going to get interference from Undisputed Era. And
I feel like
I think Undisputed Era wants to close out the year.
I
with
feel
all
I'm the
gold.
only one that thinks that Finn's gonna win. I think they're building up to this and they're trying to make this big, huge thing before the end of the year.
it's possible.
We shall
So,
see.
Yeah.
But I also think you're blinded by the abs. So I'm just going to.
I am.
She is.
In her,
Blinded by the
Weaver.
abs.
in her defense, if we were doing the show whenever Trish Stratus was doing literally anything, I'd always pick Trish Stratus. So
Lita. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
So I can't even judge her on that.
Gail.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like Lita versus Brock Lesnar. Lita. I mean, obviously.
Gail Kim versus Undertaker. Gail Kim. All right.
Kane
At
versus Trish
WrestleMania.
Stratus. Clearly, Trish has this one in the bag.
Yeah.
What are y'all talking about?
Exactly. All right. Time for our 1 minute warning. Are you going to do a Cesaro segment? It's time for
What they should have done with Cesaro this week with Mike.
Am I getting timed? Do I just get to go? Is it like
Oh,
the
yeah,
last
I
one's
forgot about a
The last
timer.
one's oh man! I'm sorry,
She's just
guys.
gone. It's okay.
I
Ready,
know.
set, and go.
So last week on SmackDown, I just want to do this like a promo now because I feel special. Last week on SmackDown, he teamed with Shinsuke, and they fought a team, and I forgot what team it was already, but they won. I know that. Granted, it wasn't because Cesaro. Cesaro doesn't get pins; he just takes pins. But at least his team won. What I want to see going forward is Cesaro have a great run in the Royal Rumble, and then I want a future singles push. And I still want to see him fight Brock Lesnar because I think that'd be awesome. And then I don't know what Brock would do with the other 3 days he has to wrestle next year. But, he could fight someone else. So, in conclusion, push Cesaro.
Mic drop.
Hashtag Mr. Most Days Off.
Cesaro.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. My
I don't
God.
even know how to follow that up.
You can talk about Total Divas because there's a
I'm
very
going-
interesting
I'm
story.
going
I
to.
figured you would.
I was going to, but now I can't.
Okay, let's take a break. Let's cleanse our palates.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
Tommy or Tina wants
So
to go
there's
next.
also title matches
Can you
on
get that?
AEW.
There is, isn't there?
They have Jericho and well, no, it's not a title match. Jericho and Jungle Boy.
That's right.
then-
10-minute challenge, and then there was another match because they both
I
had
feel
like
like-
2 big matches.
Is it funny to me that when I think 10-minute challenge like that, it's like Spider-Man and Bonesaw? You know? It's like, Bonesaw's ready.
Yep.
So,
I picked Bonesaw, by the way.
okay. All right, so do you want to go with
Sure.
your Total Divas minute?
yes.
It's time for Tina's Total Divas minute.
Oh
Boo
my
the
gosh.
Bellas.
I have a song now.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
gonna
worry, it's
try and
not
work
about the
on
Bellas. Well, kind of, a little bit actually.
They did something nice on this episode. I think we're gonna
Yes.
talk about. So, you guys are actually gonna appreciate this. So, ready,
Okay.
set, and go.
So I watch Total Divas, obviously. Sometimes I get JC to watch it, sometimes I don't. He's been kind of off watching it, not anymore. So the last episode, I made him watch it with me, and it was interesting because a lot of the divas are the same ones. They did add Sonya and I forget who else they added Ronda this season, but this season they've actually had consistently Liv Morgan on, and Liv Morgan's really young. She's like 22, 23 years old. Well, they were at the beach. They went on a vacation, all of them,
In Hawaii.
in Hawaii, and they were talking to Liv, and Liv basically said that she had never been on vacation in her entire life. And because her mom raised 7 children on her own, she was the youngest. And how so basically they couldn't afford to go on vacation. They didn't know what that was, so I'm probably going to go over.
That's fine.
Um,
That's a good story.
So the Bellas obviously find this out. Bellas being the ones that have the most money out of the group. They call
No shock there at all.
they call Liv's mom, and they set up for her to come to Hawaii and spend at least a day or two with Liv. And it was the most emotional scene ever when you see her mom show up and Liv is just breaking, because she's like, I can't believe you guys did that. You cared enough for me. It was a big moment. I would love if I was telling JC, I would love to hear her story on, especially like Lillian. She has not. I would love to hear her story. This season, even though she's not technically a diva on the Total Diva show, she was there consistently
Hung out a lot.
on a few shows that I really want to see more of her, and I can't wait to see what her new little makeover thing is, because I feel like after seeing that season or this past season of Total Divas, I'm like totally a fan of hers.
The interesting part is the gimmick that she's had so far. It really, seeing her on Total Divas and seeing that gimmick, it really is an extension of who she is.
Yeah.
Very happy-go-lucky, that same attitude. I mean, she's hilarious.
She's hilarious.
So-
She talks like, oh my God.
I'm very interested to see these promos that they're, yeah, it's hilarious when she was surfing, like, oh my God, I stepped on coral.
She goes, we got Sarah Marshall, bro.
Yeah.
I just great. Now I have to like the Bellas.
I know. What are you gonna do next? Tell me a good story about Stephanie McMahon. Come on. What is this?
If there's a sweet story about Brock Lesnar, I'm officially out, man. I'm done.
He showed up in a bikini. No, I'm just kidding. There's a visual. No, but I mean, I'm very
he
interested
does
to
got some
see.
big boobs.
I'm very interested to see
Just
how.
say I was crying.
Yeah, I'm very
So-
interested to see how this new gimmick's will play out for Liv Morgan.
Yeah, I hope they don't mess it up like
Yeah.
Tennille.
yeah.
Emma.
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 Yeah.
That was so
I,
weird.
I like the promos they've done so far. She's kind of just like resetting her life, kind of thing, and it's gonna be weird. But she's basically gonna be playing a character that's unlike herself, I would say. Just
Well,
for
a
the
lot of
shits.
people are joking, and I would think it's more of a joke about like her somehow being related or connected with the Fiend, and she's going to come out either with like her own mask. I don't know. Like
some
it's probably
people are-
not, but
some
With the whole
people are-
blonde hair, I don't know.
Some people
Yeah.
are jokingly saying that doll that he left in
Business crib.
It's gonna be like her?
is going to look like that.
yeah,
It's
Interesting.
going
yeah.
to look like that, but I don't know.
That'd
We'll
be
see.
interesting.
I don't know. I think she's got enough talent to pull it off by herself. She'll figure something out.
Yeah.
All right, Tommy. Do you have anything this week or?
I really don't think I do because I think I'm just gearing up everything towards Wrestle Kingdom. So I actually don't think I have anything this week. Like because I think everything.
It's okay.
Japan
Usually I don't
related-
have anything to say.
I think yeah. I think I'm good this week. I think everything Japan related is gearing up towards January. Because literally every promotion is gonna have a show that week. Like everyone who doesn't have a because everyone since New Japan's the Tokyo Dome for 2 days, everyone is running a show in Cork and Hall since they're not there for those 2 days. Like okay, cool, we can get in there. Cool, get in, get money, leave.
Tommy, you know I love you, and I only say sarcastic things because I can't help myself, right?
Go for it.
You could always tell the story about that time you had the first ever Shimmer DVDs. I love you, Tommy. Come back.
That was Tommy. No.
Well, speaking of all of this, by the way, Chasing Glory, y'all need to go listen to Mia Yim and Rhea Ripley's.
Yes.
I listened to Mia's.
Very interesting
I listened to
stories.
Champa's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I listened to
I
Ripley's.
gotta go back and listen to those.
No, I did. She
And
talked
this-
about being young and like.
And this week is
Yeah.
the best of, I think,
Yeah, it's like a best of
I
event.
gotta go back and hear
for the
those.
year.
Also, the New Day again. Like I really enjoyed their first 2 shows. This week, I don't know if y'all heard it. It was like
I have.
real serious.
Yeah.
Talking about the injuries they've dealt
Really?
with and
Oh,
like,
wow.
well, because Xavier Woods started talking about how it really devastated him this last one because there's no timetable set for Achilles. Like it
Yeah, yeah.
varies.
About a
And he
year,
doesn't
but-
know.
It was more than that though. They
Well,
were
yeah.
they were talking Kofi talking about how man he's still in pain. He's seen these. He's starting to come to face with reality. Like, am I going to be walking around in pain the rest of my
Yeah.
life? And I want to be able to play with my kids and everything.
They
Yeah.
they all talked about spending time away watching the other 2 keep the New Day alive. And some people ran with this headline, but Big E was real interesting because when he was gone, they thought it was going to be longer. And remember, they brought KO for that storyline in.
Yeah.
And it kind of bothered him because he was like, we created this, was a whole thing. And then there's KO doing my created entrance,
Yeah.
my little thing. And he's like, he kind of said, like, I felt disrespected. I don't, like, I've seen people run with it, like,
He said initially. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone takes it out of context. Yeah, he said
right,
it
yeah,
initially.
but it was just a really good episode. I love them because again, I've told y'all this a lot. My favorite podcasts are the ones where it's not an interview with 2 people who don't know each other.
Yeah.
It's friends talking about stuff they went through. Again, that's why the interview with Don Juan was so fun because you've known him before, y'all. We're actually friends for a while.
Yeah.
The reason I love Cabana's podcast for so long because so many of them are just him and the guys he would ride the roads with. That's so much more entertaining to me than just like, oh, hello, well, tell me. I mean, not that like some of the other people aren't bad. Some are good at it, but like,
Yeah.
oh, tell me about your career. How did you get started? Just asking general questions like an interview.
Yeah.
So that's why this is fun.
This is a
Exactly.
blast. This is us sitting around, and I don't know if I really have anything to say other than thank you guys. We made it a full year, full calendar year.
Yo.
This has been fun.
Seen these guys every week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for
Yeah, this is definitely the most I've
thank
ever
you for
been in their
sacrificing
house.
your time to be here. Thank you again, Steady, for getting us kicked off. I will say this. When Don Juan kind of put me on the spot with the best promotion of all time in Texas.
that was amazing.
Oh man, that
You
was
know,
awkward. I
it's-
was like, what do I say?
Yeah.
I
I
was
will.
like, what is he? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
I will say the promotions I mentioned, none of them are bad. I don't hate any
No.
of them.
Yeah.
I really can't put one over the other. Yes, RCW is having to be a personal fave because that's near and dear to my heart. That's where it started for me. But ACW is still great. It was great. They bring a lot of the top independent promotions. BOW is doing some amazing things. You're there.
Yeah.
Fire Pro.
Huh?
Fire Pro.
Inspire Pro is great.
Heavy Metal.
Is up and coming.
Yep.
XCW, I think if it was still around, would be giving a lot of promotions run for its money. It's
Yeah.
something amazing. So
Box.
the old lesson in this is wherever you are, there's wrestling somewhere, and go support
Just like
your
here in
local
Texas.
wrestling promotions,
Google it.
especially in Texas. Yes, find it on Facebook, Google it, go support your local promotions because oftentimes a lot of this talent that you see is going to be up there someday, and you want to say, "Hey, I saw them when they were getting started." You see them grow, and you're able to interact with them. It's been a lot of fun, so it's been really cool to be a part of that.
I gotta tell you something Brendan Oliver told me. So I went to the Sergeant Slaughter meet and greet this past Saturday. So I was in line. I was next to that was like second next for Sergeant Slaughter, and like he was messing with me and Oscar and like some of the RCW work people been there forever, know me since I was 17, been there, and so I looked at Brandon. I said, you know what? Screw you, Brandon. I'm gonna go start my own promotion. He looked me dead in the face and said, do you know how many times I've heard that in my life? Do you know how many times I clearly knew that's exactly? I said, I looked back up and said, do you know how many of those promotions I've been to? And knew that's exactly why those started in the first place.
Wow, nice.
So many ups and downs, but yeah, it's.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, to not admit that out loud would be a complete lie as a wrestling fan. If the guys who started the promotions, like not every promotion started because they have a problem with Brandon Oliver. That's not true.
Yeah.
But a lot have. Like, we've been in San Antonio long enough to like. There are a lot of promotions that clearly you started this because you hate RCW. That's just the God's honest truth. Now,
Sometimes.
if it works out because that gives guys more places to work, fantastic.
Yeah.
But don't kid yourself. That's why you did this. It's okay. He's had that before.
Yeah, and I asked you earlier before we got started here, like for me, and I said for me, ACW just has a really special place in my heart because that run they had when they first got going, and they were just bringing in stars and making stars, making LaMotta and ACH, which
Sean
some
Vex.
like some
Sean
people
Vex.
went on to higher things, some people didn't, but Rachel's run there.
I miss Rachel. I think she's the one that I miss the most.
But just that run for a couple years where they were just so hot.
Yeah.
And it really did have that ECW vibe. Like, I know they're still going, and we don't get a chance to go up there as much, but I don't hear about them as much. But like the run they had, Robert Evans, Portia Perez, Athena,
Jerry Lynn being their
Jerry
champion
Lynn,
for so
yes,
long.
Showtime. Like, it was just.
I will definitely say like their next show is January 12th, I believe. Is
Same night as Hard to Kill.
Yeah, Guilty by Association. A whole lot of us are already planning to go to that show because just how we were at the Lone Star Classic the last month, and it was such a good show. And now the main event is going to be Isaiah James, formerly Gregory James, and against Steve Reno. And
Yeah, GBA is basically their WrestleMania style
is.
event.
So I'm really looking forward to that because I think Darren even put on I think it was Twitter, Facebook. He said like how the last show, I think like the fan reaction and the match has really recharged him.
Yeah, I saw that.
He really wants to try to drive ACW back to being where it was more again this coming year, and that's cool.
Another thing I said, as long as promoters have a passion for it, they can go far with it.
Yeah. And Inspire Pro shot off of that. They had a good run.
They're still going pretty good. I think one thing that kind of tapered them off lately was losing the building they were in.
Yeah.
So they're just trying to get comfortable in the new place, and that way they can get the fans.
Kind of sad to see what happened to like Wrestle Circus because that was great.
That was that.
But that just
I don't know how
the sad story is. There's a lot of promotions that happens too.
I don't know how much of what I heard is true, how much is just rumors, but like just like the stories I hear about that was just like, man, dude.
Yeah, but they had a great short run.
Yeah,
I mean, we've been to a lot of promotions that they're not around.
Yeah.
There's like another good one is Sabotage. Like they usually run. They'll be in the Dallas area for the Hard to Kill and all that kind of stuff. But Sabotage is another good one this round.
Dylan mentioned in the interview they work a lot with heavy metal. So
how many promotions have we been to that just aren't around anymore that no one would know what we're talking about if we brought them up?
Could we name some right now?
That we have or have not
Texas
been to.
Heat was one, but they're suddenly back out of nowhere. And that
What
was
was
like
the
SCW was that
Southern Championship
Southern
Wrestling.
Championship
The owner, by the way, is
Combined Wrestling Federation.
Yeah.
no,
There's a
it
story
was
about
Coalition.
that.
Coalition Wrestling Federation.
Was it?
It was Coalition.
no CWF Combined
Yeah.
Wrestling Federation.
It was combined.
Yeah,
Coalition.
combined.
That was the one that raved.
SCW.
right?
Interesting note: the owner of SCW, Don, is training at Hybrid. He is
Really?
training at Hybrid. He wants to kind of step into the business, and
wait to wrestle.
I don't know if it's to wrestle or just be a part of it.
I was like, wasn't he old when we started years ago?
He's-
Whoa.
He may
I'm
wrestle.
not. I'm not. I'm talking like. Am I thinking of the wrong person?
No, that's
No,
right.
it's
Don
older man.
Holding is training at Hybrid.
Okay.
He's supposed
Oh
to-
wait, duh! I did know that because he told me. Duh.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's
I forgot
pretty
about
cool to
that.
see. And hey,
Duh! It just
whatever he's got to get in shape.
Hey, DDP.
Dude, that is still my hope
honestly,
for me.
if you hear his story, he's dealt with some stuff, and my God, he's
Okay. I
yeah. It's a lot of
mean-
people surprised, but hey,
I mean-
if he gets out in the ring and does it, just think,
I'm
hey,
at
I'm all
the
for it.
age the DDP started. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, you know what?
I'm
That's
fasting,
still my hope. You know what I'm saying? Like me and our friend talking about, it's like, hey, DDP did it. There's still hope for us. Like,
Oh yeah,
it's-
Batista even started late, and he's going to the Hall of Fame.
and Jushin Thunder Liger is just not retiring. He's like 53.
Now,
so.
as far as CWF goes, I had a fun exchange with Ray. Ray the Voice, miss you, man. I know you moved out of Texas, but had a fun story with him. He's the owner. things happened. They had some great shows.
That's some great shows, yeah.
But when he went back to RCW and turned heel, oh my God, I had so much fun with that. And had to
of
make a
memories.
sign that said CWF equals epic fail.
Yeah, he signed it.
He
so.
signed it. It was all in good jest. I love you, Ray. And it was fun. So
I think at that point, that kind of thing, he knows us well enough to know that we're kidding with him. And at that point, he's just like, yeah, that kind of didn't work out the way I wanted it to.
I do want to take this moment to kind of say some thank yous to everyone that I've interviewed so far. It's been a blast. Chris Marvel, Dylan Dunbar, Massive, Hernandez, Don Juan. I think that's everybody. I don't think I'm missing anyone. Massive, I said
You don't want
Massive.
to throw Gil Kim on that for
I would love to interview Gail Kim. Yes. Thank you, Gail Kim, of course, for the
doing
liner.
the liner.
Hernandez for the liner. It was a blast getting every people's story. I mean, maybe that's the history major in me, but
No,
No,
definitely.
was really
I want to
cool.
get more in 2020, like I've said. Thank
Do you have
you.
any suggestions? Bring them up.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody, for being a part of this. It's been a blast. Thank you, all four of us here.
It was cool to hear Don Juan's old music.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
I
Splice
think I might
that's
do that with the
awesome.
interviews, just kind of splice in their entrance
Yeah.
music, so we'll see from now on. So thank you, of course, to Manny from the Goods for being a part of the show, to Tez for joining us as well. I know we had a serious subject earlier about racism in wrestling in general. So
Yeah.
and
Jericho.
Jericho, what?
Jericho gave a
Not the wrestler.
no. Jericho, our friend Jericho.
He showed
picked-
up a couple
picked-
shows.
He picked up from one show, didn't he?
Yeah, they picked by sending in the group message.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
either way, thank you for picking.
Yeah, thank
Rob
you.
and
Yeah.
Jericho.
Yeah, Robin Jericho. Jericho's on this show in 2018. Wasn't on this year. Hopefully, we're gonna get you more on shows.
Steady for being a part of continue to be a part of the Geekcast.
Yeah, for being a
Manny.
part of it.
For
and
making let's be a part of the
supporting this and being my camera guy on these interviews with Amiibo.
Yeah.
I know with the newborn takes a lot out of your time to do that, and I do
Yeah.
appreciate that. So eventually, I do want to get my hands on the Amiibo so I can do it while I'm interviewing. We'll see. So,
Also, I don't know if y'all know this, but we stayed till like 11:10 after y'all left Fuddruckers the other
he
day.
told me that today.
Talking about
Yeah.
so like talking about Star Wars and all just like all bunch of movies and stuff. Like we just kept talking about stuff, and
Yeah.
yeah, that was a blast. That was fun, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
Nice.
That's a good segue.
Don't get them started.
We do
Right.
have an event coming up with the Countdown to the Geekcast at Play Live Nation on December 27th.
Yes.
It'll be our Mandalorian finale watch party. This season finale of The Mandalorian.
We'll be there.
We'll be there. We'll be at 7. We're gonna show it at 7:30 p.m. roughly.
I'm sure something
Ish.
will be right around here for you to see.
Maybe, yeah, I might put something there.
Which
We're up there.
by the way, Chapter 7 comes out yesterday, not tomorrow, because today's Thursday when you watch this. Just saying.
Unless you watch it on Wednesday when I hopefully get it uploaded.
No,
So-
okay.
Yeah.
It comes out Wednesday.
So
it comes out
Wednesday.
Wednesday this week comes out Wednesday.
I was
but
joking because I
Possibly today.
they will be all day at Play Live showing like all the episodes leading up to us showing the finale. Earlier, they are going to do an overnight watch party because the episode becomes available at 2:00 in the morning our
Right,
time.
right.
So if you're crazy enough to go be a part
You
of
don't
that,
you don't got to work the next day.
yeah, go for it. If you're like us who have normal lives and kids and all that stuff and can't be a part of it, come check out our event. I'm sure there'll be some game time. We'll have more details. Stay tuned to the Countdown to the Geekcast Facebook.
We are also possibly in the future being at Celebrity Fan Fest.
Yeah, we're already
And
planning that.
There's 3 days of WWE wrestlers going to be there.
Really?
3 days.
Did they say Saturday? As well?
I'm lying.
2 days.
No, it's 3 because they're starting Thursday, so it's Thursday.
So they're
Friday,
gonna have
Saturday.
wrestlers on Saturday this year.
Has this been
Yeah,
officially
supposedly-
announced, or you got insider info?
I know they.
Yeah, they announced it.
They at least
Oh.
said Thursday and Friday. Did they say
I thought it
Saturday?
was Saturday too, but I could be
Okay,
wrong.
well, we know for sure they're doing a 4-day Celebrity Fan Fest.
I'm wrong.
When,
then.
when is the Celebrity Fan Fest again?
June.
June.
Yeah,
So
second
if y'all
weekend
want
of
to
June.
donate to my GoFundMe so I can get some good passes.
Oh my God.
Check out their information at pmxevents.com.
Our GoFundMe.
Our Twitter account is at
Mike and
CCG
Tommy
_WrestleCast, and you can subscribe to the Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel. This is our final show for 2019. It has been a blast. Next week,
Whoa.
we're going to have part 2 of all the bloopers and craziness and the shit that you
Yes.
might have appeared to the
I
show or
don't
stuff that you
wanna-
haven't seen.
Oh yes, I want this. Yes.
Yes, that's always a fun time. I always have fun editing it. It takes
Oh my
taking the
God.
side of the cross
Tommy's
over there.
ready.
What did I
Nah,
say this year?
Nah, I'm
What
ready.
did, I know. I'm like, what did I say?
Well,
I know I said some crazy stuff. Let's
Think
get
about
it.
where part 1 left off, and there's gonna be it's part 2 from that.
I
So
gotta watch
stuff
part
gotta
1
find.
again now.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back to.
Well, at
Yeah.
least we weren't watching that video for like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I know. That was still
Ten-
funny though.
What was it?
Lou J.
Low Jane. I'm gonna kick the shit out of you, Low Jane.
Sorry, I brought it up.
Yeah. And
So-
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's just the funniest part because again, I told you I've been going back listening to all these old Cabana ones. I think I listened to the one right before that show.
Yeah.
Because that was like way back, like in early 2012, 13, right?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
a while ago.
Okay, so he talks about like if you guys haven't seen this promo, he does. So I was like, oh yes, that was it.
My smooth Bailey.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, that's next week. In 2 weeks, Tommy's gonna take over hosting duties for Wrestle Kingdom 14. We'll be talking Wrestle
I
Kingdom.
don't think I'll be here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
If not, I'm gonna be
Are
going.
you gonna be
Sam.
on this one, Mike? Because last year you weren't on it.
Do you think of everyone here, Tommy knows the most about Japan? wrestling?
I will do my best.
Duh. All I know-
Liger. The
All I
fuck-
know is I probably won't be on the show, and if I am on the show, you'll just be seeing me say same.
Yes.
Look, I can be as
We'll try and
my
get
way
Tez
through
on the
stuff,
show
sure.
again as well. Tez, we had fun with that. I think it was just the three of us last year.
Yeah.
Me, you, and Tez. And
I might show up this year. We'll see.
okay, cool. We do 4. That'd be fun.
I'll make stuff up.
I'll make.
I can help
You're
you.
just gonna pick whatever Tommy
Same.
picks.
I could help y'all pick. Like, watch at least some of it so you guys know it's good.
No, because what was the one show where I was like, I don't even care. Oh, the Blood Money show.
Yes.
Oh Jesus!
Where I was like, then I was
Crown
like-
Jewel.
Except for I was like,
Good
I would
God.
not have picked that. Come on, man. You know I wouldn't have picked.
Hey,
That was-
you trusted me with the pick.
I know,
had to
I
do
know.
it. So.
That was funny though. It's like,
I refuse to call it by its actual name.
Yeah, okay,
and,
that's
and
fine.
you're like Cesaro.
We'll see if they even go back this year. So
you should, you know, for shows like that, you should just always just say Cesaro whether he's in the match or not.
yeah.
So-
I'm gonna do that
So-
for New Japan. Who do you pick in
Cesaro.
the last match? Cesaro.
To everybody out there
to be
who's
fair, I wish
watching,
Cesaro was on the show.
to all the new subscribers we got this year, and to any of y'all that are watching this and subscribe, thank you for being a part of this. It has been fun. It's just friends sitting around talking wrestling. Stuff we've been doing for years. We just finally decided to put a microphone and camera in front of us.
Yeah,
So.
as dangerous as
blast.
that was.
Yeah,
One of you also.
you'll see next week.
One of you also suggested that we should interview our
Okay,
My
so
suggestion,
and again,
so.
like I was saying earlier, my favorite podcast were two people just talking. So I watched your interview with Don Juan, and then he turned around and interviewed you. I was like, "Yeah, we should do we
my
should
God,
pair
that
off."
first question was hilarious.
and
Can I choose not to be with Mike? No, just kidding.
Uh,
Because that could be bad.
Wah, wah,
I'm
wah.
just saying that. I'm just saying that could be bad.
Can also be amazing.
could be.
It could also be dangerous. So.
Could also be talking about math.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no,
That might
but
be
not,
too. That
no.
might be too nerdy.
Yo, we're deriving the quadratic formula.
They're gonna put a proof on the green screen.
I'm an English major. That went right over my
We're
head.
like,
Give
I don't think
them
that
some
would
dry
be-
erase markers
I
on a
don't think that
whiteboard.
would be
Let them go to
entertaining.
town.
Mike.
weird. It has no view.
It has one view, and it was us.
But change the category on that one to education.
Oh God.
Anyway,
Too
uh,
much fun.
we'll see y'all next time. Over here is Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
Over there we got Mike.
See you next year.
My beautiful wife Tina.
Adios.
And I'm JC. And as always, heels and baby faces. Remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are fake.
Happy holidays.
We out. So if you want to subscribe to the channel, click right here.
And if you want to watch more WrestleCast videos, I got 3 words for you. Click right here.